Hello, my name is Tom Battle. I'm an extractive metallurgy consultant, a longtime member of TMS, and I have the honor to be the 2020 TMS president. Well, the important thing is that TMS 2021 will be going on this year. We won't be able to do it in person, but it'll be a virtual meeting, and it's a challenge to do a virtual meeting. We've learned over the last few months, but we're going to meet that challenge and to make an event that we believe is quite worthwhile for members and others interested in the materials and metallurgy fields to be part of. You know, we can't make it the same as an annual meeting, but in some ways we can make it better. And a good example is that, you know, besides opportunities to meet our old friends and to meet new ones, there will be people attending, I suspect, who never came to an annual meeting because it was simply unaffordable from, you know, far-flung locations in the world, and we'll get the chance to interact with them as well. So the technical program actually will look very familiar to people who've come to previous meetings. We are kind of known in the last number of years for a very broad range of programming in our field, and we will have more than 85 symposia in 13 technical tracks covering the entire breadth of the field, from raw materials to final products to recycling of, you know, the entire range of minerals and metals and materials. These presentations will be scheduled as they would be in a normal in-person meeting, and they will be pre-recorded so that you'll have the chance to phone in at a particular time when the presentation is being made for the first time and interact via chat and so on with your fellow attendees, but also with the speakers themselves in real time, you know, chatting with the in-platform text messaging system. And then you'll have a bonus that we don't have or haven't had at annual meetings before, is that all these pre-recorded presentations will be available for you to access up until the end of May. As this happened to me any number of times, you have 2 or 3 talks at the same time. You want to, you know, listen to one of them kind of live, and then you can listen to the others whenever you want. So you'll get to see every presentation that you wanted, rather than just have to pick sometimes between different choices. Well, the social and networking events, you know, will be tricky. That's one of the hardest things to get across to the virtual world. But we know how important that is. Every survey we ever have after our annual meetings say that one of the most important parts of the conference is the networking, the opportunity to hear from and actually talk with the leaders in the fields, and to talk to the students who are you know, just starting out, with people you've known for years, but then other people that you've, you know, never met before. So we're going to work especially hard to create opportunities in the virtual world to reproduce some of this. So as I mentioned, there will be chats within sessions. We will have designated networking events. Our technical committees will have their normal meetings, and in some ways it'll be an improvement because typically they're crammed in between spaces in the overall programming, but we're going to be spreading them out a bit over the week or so before after the conference, so you will have the opportunity to attend any committee meeting you wish and have that interaction. We will have a virtual exhibit. We will have a virtual awards ceremony, and TMS will pull all this together for you by supplying everyone with a detailed calendar of events, so you will have the opportunity to really plan out your time to get the most value. So we think if you put all that together, we'll have all the important elements of a TMS annual meeting. Well, I'm looking forward to, you know, the personal interactions and discussions on technical topics. Like many of you, I've been pretty isolated since mid-March of last year. At any number of video conferences and so some interactions with people, but the one of the glories of the annual meeting is just being able to have some pretty intense technical discussions on every entire range of our field with people from all over the world, people working in completely different areas and so on, and haven't had any opportunity to do that really since the annual meeting last year. So I'm really looking forward to that. One of the TMS slogans goes, that we're finding ways that we can work together and help each other even when we have to be apart. And one of the exciting things, as I mentioned before, is the opportunity to interact with colleagues who perhaps I've never met in person, who could not make our annual meetings or fall meetings, typically because of cost and so on. And they'll have the opportunity to be fully a part of the annual meeting this year. Well, I'd be surprised if there are too many of us really comfortable with a virtual conference or virtual presentations and so on. It's not what most of us are used to. And I'm sure all of us have had some exposure to it in the last year. The important thing is to realize that, we're all in this together. Part of the TMS staff commitment to making this meeting successful is they will be corresponding regularly in the next couple of months with our presenters, with our attendees, who offer tutorials basically every step of the way to help them make the most of the experience. And we're going to, working all together to make this as smooth as possible so that, you get full value for this new type of meeting. Well, I just want to urge you to stay safe and to stay well. And I look forward to seeing all of you at our TMS 2021 virtual annual meeting. Thank you.